Well, I guess I'll ask. So you say you want to keep it basketball related. Do you have anything that you want to say on like your approach to that and why you want to focus on that moving forward?
Yeah, I think that there's so much good going on in the WNBA. I think that basketball is being played at the highest level it's ever been. I think our team in specific, we are breaking history right now with the amount of points that we're scoring on back-to-back games. I think the Minnesota game, there's just so much distraction. I think the WNBA media, all we ever do is cover everything except basketball. And it's like what are we doing? There's so much. Like, you can talk about other things. I think those are great stories. I think it shows fans, who people are outside of the court. But I also think we got to keep the main thing. And I think when it comes to the Minnesota game, I think there is so much distraction. But like the matchup between Miles and Kelsey was phenomenal. Our team, that game in particular was a great game. And so I think that there's a lot to be said, and I'm going to let people just do the speaking for themselves. But for me, I want to get back to basketball. It's always been about basketball. That interview happened in February when I was asked a question. And so for me, I just want to, make sure that it stays, the focus stays where it should, because people are playing at such a high level. We have probably like 3 MVPs that could be MVPs on our team specifically. And so that's why I want to do that.
Thank you for elaborating.
Yeah.
You talk about all the distractions.
Yeah.
What is your, and wanting to keep the main thing, what has been your approach? Like, how have you seen this team kind of grapple with that, where you are playing some of the best basketball that you played all season, playing at such a high level?
Yeah.
And everybody wants to penetrate that bubble. So how do you focus on keeping it tight?
Yeah, I think that's how it's always been in the W. My first 6 years, I was with DT and Brittany Griner, and so that causes a lot of buzz on your team as well. And so you just had to protect the locker room. And then when you come here, it was like 100 times more. And so last year, I think we had a lot of preparation for what distraction and outside voices could do to a locker room. And so this year I think we're used to it. We're tight in the locker room. We try to protect those walls like no other. We try to protect each other like no other. And so I just think that when you have this platform and everything you do is just magnified by 10,000, you kind of get used to it. And so this team, everywhere we go, every team we play, it's their Super Bowl. And so it's nothing new for us. And when you join this team, it's just something that you have to expect and you have to know going forward, like all eyes are on you 24/7.
You talked about doing the interview back in February. Is this kind of reaction something you expected, or the distraction something you expected?
No, I was asked a question, and that's simply what it was. I just wasn't making a statement to make a statement. And so I was trying to clear the air, and I did that back in February. And so it is what it is. And like I said, we're in the middle of the season. I'm going to keep it that. We talk about a bunch of distraction. Our team is good. My teammates are good. Our locker room is great. And so now we're just here about to prepare for Las Vegas, and that's where our mind is at.
Not that hearing boos would be new for any player, but is that from a basketball perspective, is that something that crosses your mind at all, hearing them everywhere you guys have gone on this trip?
No, and you know what? I think college really prepared me for that. There was different environments that I was placed in that every time I touched the ball, anytime that I was even near the ball, there was boos, and so there's nothing new. And honestly, I think people think I'm freaking out or hate that. I love that. That is sports. That is what rivalries and competitiveness is all about. And so when other people come in and complain about environments, I love that. That's what sports is. And so, it is what it is. And, I'm here. I'm fine.